Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Hey there, it's Michael J. I'm standing in front of what used to be the Manor Theater in Sacramento from 1948. You can see the building still there, but it's all boarded up and not functioning as a theater.
This Western ranch-style theater was designed by Herbert E. Goodpaster.
So I'm going to take you on a little tour of old dead theaters, one of my passions, around the Sacramento area, and take a look at whether the buildings are still standing, if they're demolished, and what the history used to be of these places. Here we go! Right behind me is the Colonial Theater from 1940.
This theater is also designed by Herbert E. Goodpaster. As with a lot of theaters, the 1970s took its toll on this place, and it was showing porn for a while. In the 1990s, it reopened showing classic films for a short time. I saw Freaks there one Halloween. And it is now a multi-purpose arts venue, and sometimes they even have wrestling. So at least it's open and operating.
In front of the Guild Theater.
There's been a theater on this site since 1903, and it's gone through a lot of name changes over the years. In 2003, the St. Hope Academy, a non-profit community development organization, reopened the theater again, and it runs now as a multi-use facility.
I'm standing in front of the site of the Alhambra Theater.
Known as the Showplace of Sacramento, the adjacent 31st Street was actually renamed Alhambra Boulevard in honor of the theater. It's criminal, but in 1973 the theater was demolished to make way for a Safeway. This fountain is the only remaining artifact of that once grand theater. It's to the right of the parking lot as you face the Safeway store. The current facade was an attempt to honor the theater, but it doesn't make up for the theater's loss. Okay, off to Del Paso Boulevard, and we're coming alongside Little Joe's here, which I used to love to go to back in the 1990s, so I stopped here today to have a little sandwich for lunch before I pressed on to the other theaters in this area, and let's stop and take a look at Little Joe's. I also happen to have some retro video footage from a visit in the 1990s.
1 million steaks sold.
Over 1 million steaks sold. Here's our menu. Notice we have the 2 eggs, toast, hash browns, and jelly for $1.39.
Which is what we're getting.
Then you can add 2 pancakes or 1 waffle for $1.59. Kel deal. Amazing. Yum yum. No.
Yeah.
Where?
Baked potato after 4 p.m.
Well, I'm gonna add.
Well, Little Joe's is still retro fun, but let's head on down the street to the Grand Theater.
I'm across the street from what used to be the Grand Theater, and it's still standing because since it closed down as a theater, it's been operating with different churches in it. And the good news is that it's going to reopen as a theater again.
This theater operated from 1942 to 1960. This is Sammy's, another cool retro diner still in operation.
Right across from Sammy's is the empty lot which used to be the Del Paso Theater.
The theater was built in 1928 with 1,000 seats but burned down in 1942. and couldn't be replaced until 1946 because of the war.
Sadly, all gone. No more Del Paso Theater. It was actually standing when I was living in Sacramento during the 1990s, but it was burned out on the inside. There were birds flying around in it, but it was a grand-looking theater. It's too bad that it's gone. This is what's left.
The theater closed in 1972 and sat vacant for years, and then was gutted by fire in July of 1990. In 1998, the structure was finally demolished, and all that remains is this sidewalk treatment with the name of the theater on it.
The sparkling drinks are just dandy, the chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby.
And the last theater I'm going to show you is the saddest of them all. It's the Village Theater, and what you see behind me is the empty lot where it once stood. No longer there. Nothing's replaced it. It's just gone.
The Village opened in 1950 and made it until 1985. It was finally demolished in 2006.
Well, Sacramento did used to have a lot of great theaters all over the place, and they're sadly gone. The single-screen theaters are a hard thing to keep open. The Cineplexes took over, but I'm sad to see these wonderful-looking places disappeared forever.
If you'd like to see more videos about theaters of yesteryear and other cinema topics, go ahead and click on these titles.